Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the subject Fundamentals of Accountancy, Business and Management 1. I am your teacher, Sir Redentor M. Casinillo. To begin with
Dear
our
Lord,
lesson for
we
today,
thank you
may I invite
for the
everyone
gift
for
of
the
life
opening
today.
prayer? A moment of silence, please.
You allow us
In
to
the
have
name of the
another day
Father, and of the
to
Son,
praise
and
you
of the Holy
and see
Spirit.
your glory.
Amen. Okay, good morning, class. Is everybody present? All right, everybody is present. We have 10 males and 19 females with a total of 29 students. Okay, shall we have rules, policies, and procedures? First, you are required to follow some safety protocols, whether you are at your home or you are outside. First, use mask. Second, observe social distancing. And lastly, wash your hands frequently. Okay? I hope everyone today is in good mood and in good health. All right. Allow me to read the objective for today's lesson. So after going through this, you are expected to explain the use of general and special journals to record business transactions. But before that, let's play a game and we will call it a guessing game. I'll be flashing questions on the screen and you have to guess the term. Is it clear? Okay, now let's start with the question number one. This is a chronological record of the entity's transactions. You have three, two, one. Time is up. Boys got the correct answer. And that is journal. Question number two. This is a book of original entry where all cash receipt transactions are recorded, such as cash investment, loans, cash sales, collections of customers' accounts, and cash refund. And three, two, one. Time is up. Correct. This time, girls, the correct answer. The answer is cash receipt journal. Next question. It is where transaction on sales of merchandise on account are recorded. Three, two, one. Time is up. Wow, another point for girls. And the answer is sales journal. Next question. And now we're heading to the last question. It is where transaction on credit, purchases of merchandise, and other items are recorded. In three, two, one. Time is up. Good job, boys. You got the correct answer. And the answer is purchase journal. Congratulations, guys. You prove that both are competitive, both are good in different ways, and keep that up. So let's proceed with analysis. We have one guide question here. Based from your understanding, how significant is a journal? Is there anyone who would love to answer and share their thoughts? Oh, let's hear from Jenny. Very good, Jenny. Jenny said that journal can reduce the error and omission of transaction records or incomplete transaction records. Indeed, a journal is actually a control system where you records all the business transactions. Failure to do so would cause problem in the future in terms of cash inflows or cash outflows. Who else wanted to share? Shall we have first Deo? He's raising his hand. Okay, good. Deo said that journal entries are the foundation for all other financial reports. A very good point also. Good job, Deo. So basically, class, journal provides important information that are used by auditors to analyze how financial transactions impact a business. All right? I was so impressed by your sharing. It seems that you really have a knowledge on our topic. Good job, everyone. However, to strengthen more your knowledge on the given topic, I'll be showing with you a video, a short video clip. Enjoy watching it, and after that, we will have a short activity. So here's the video.
General Journal. This is called the Book of Original Entry, where the business transactions are recorded for the first time, in which, after
Okay,
following the
alright. Okay, now, after watching the video, here is the guide questions. Number one, I hope everybody enjoy watching a short video clip, and I believe everyone is ready to share their thoughts based from the video clip. Let me hear from Marian. Okay, Marian, would you like to answer question number one? How general journal is different from special journal? Very good, Marian. You are correct. In general journal, all the transactions are recorded in the form of two or more line entry. Example, the debit part on the first line and the credit part on the second line. Whereas in special journals, all the transactions of sales and purchases are recorded as a single line entry with reference of debtors and creditors. Now, what about question number two? How or what includes under the special journals? Yes, Lord Win? Correct. The four main special journals are the sales journal, purchases journal, cash disbursements journal, and cash receipts journal. These special journals were designed because some journal entries occur repeatedly. Very good, class. You really watched the short video clip. Now, Rachel, would you like to share your answer in question number three about how business performance and financial status will affect if transactions are not recorded in journals? Wow, what an excellent realization. Rachel said if the company omits recording a revenue transaction, it reports incomplete revenues for the period and understates its net income. On the other hand, she said, if the company omits recording an expense transaction, it reports incomplete expenses for the period and overstates the net income. Okay, great. So let us have the discussion on what is meant by journal. So when we speak about journal, this is a chronological record of the entity's transactions. It shows all the effects of a business transaction in the terms of debits and credits. Each transaction is initially recorded in a journal rather than directly in the ledger. A journal is called the Book of Original Entry. The nature and volume of transactions of the business determine the number and type of journals needed. The general journal is the simplest journal. So basically, class, kapag tayo ay nag-analyze ng transactions, we will analyze what could be the account titles for such transactions, and then we record it to the Book of Original Entry, which is the General Journal. So yun yung una natin lalagyan ng ating lahat ng transactions. Okay. The journal makes several significant contributions to the recording process. First, it discloses in one place the complete effects of a transaction. So basically, when you record each transactions, you would see there what account, what major accounts has been affected. Like for example, if the transaction pertains to to purchase of, let's say, equipment, you would see its effect that it increases your asset in the form of equipment, but also decreases your asset in the form of cash. Gets? Two, it provides a chronological record of transactions. So basically, if the item you bought it on the first day of the month, it should be on the first, it should be the first to be recorded. Siya yung nauuna lagi doon sa general journal mo. Hindi pwede that your transactions on, let's say, February 28 is on the first list ng general journal mo. Hindi pwedeng ganun. Kung ano ang unang transaction na ginawa mo, that should be recorded in the general journal first. Clear? 3. It helps to prevent or locate errors because the debit and credit amounts for each entry can be easily compared. So what is good about recording it first in the general journal is you prevent daw from error kasi pwede mong balikan yung transaction since ito chronological, pwede mong balikan na let's say on February 28, ito yung mga transactions and the like, and then pwede mong hanapin kung saan ka doon nagkamali. You can compare or you can reconcile. Okay, next. A journalizing process, a complete entry consists of. So, ano yung makikita natin for the journal? First, the date of the transaction, which is entered in the date column. The debit account title, that is the account to be debited, which is entered on the first and the extreme left margin of the column, headed account titles and explanation. So later on, makikita mo kung ano yung sinasabi natin dito. Ano? And the amount of the debit is recorded in the debit column. The credit account title, that is the account to be credited, which is indented and entered on the next line in the column headed account titles and explanation. And the amount of the credit is recorded in the credit column. So a brief explanation of the transaction which appears on the line below the credit account title. A space is left between journal entries. The blank space separates individual journal entries and makes the entire journal easier to read. And the column titled Ref, which stands for the references, which is left blank when the journal entry is made. And this column is used later when the journal entries are transferred to the ledger accounting. Okay, now to illustrate the recording of transactions in the general journal, of course, you have first the transactions. Ano? So we have here, on June 1, 2019, Mr. Jack Ibagbaga invested 300,000 in a laundry business, while on June 7, 2019, purchased laundry equipment for his business amounting to 85,000 in cash. In June 10, 2019, started his operations and recorded the sale for that day amounting to 35,000. So basically, class, if you have the transactions, you have to record it in the general journal. So let us see. Okay, now, for this is the journal, ano? So ito yung sinasabi natin, you have uh, a date column, and then you have the account titles and explanations, the posting references, the debit and the credit. Okay, now, If you have noticed here, the 101, 601, 205 down to 100, class, ito yung nasa chart of accounts. So, ibig sabihin, once you have recorded the transactions and you post it into the ledger, saka pa lang magkakaroon dito ng mga references. Ano? But basically, if nasa general journal ka pa lamang, wala muna itong mga posting reference. Ano? Okay, now, let's say ganito. Nung June 1, di ba, nagkaroon ng investment. If you have noticed, class, the debit side is on the left side. Ano, cash. And then, Jack Ibagbaga Capital. Medyo naka-indent siya, no? Hindi katapat ni cash si Jack Ibagbaga Capital. Medyo naka-indent yun ng konti to signify that this is on the credit side. Ano? Cash is on the left side, which is on the debit side, while Jack Ibagbaga Capital is on the right side, which is the credit side. And then you have a brief explanation of the transactions. Okay. Again ha, ulitin ko lamang ha. Kapag una pa lamang, kapag nagre-record pa lang kayo ng general journal, wala pang posting reference. Unless ito ay inilipat mo na sa ledger. But again, nasa general journal pa lamang tayo. Okay, now, the next transaction, which is June 7, should be also recorded in the general journal. Again ha, ito ay naka-indent. Okay, laundry equipment is on the left side. And the cash, indented siya ng konti. And then you have a brief explanation. Okay? Ganun lang tatandaan nyo ha. Andun yung dalawang account titles. Tapos meron siyang explanation. That is the general journal. Okay, now, what are the other common source documents of the special journals? Number one, cash receipt journal. This is a book of original entry where all cash receipt transactions are recorded, such as cash investment, loans, cash sales, collections of customers' accounts, and cash refund. So class, kung mayroong mga transactions that involves cash, i-record nyo siya sa cash receipt journal. Halimbawa, nagkaroon tayo ng investment, you have to record it as investment. Kung mayroong loans, meron tayong cash sales, na-collecta natin yung pautang natin sa customers, meron tayong refund. It should be recorded in the cash receipt journal. Now, class, ang pagkakaiba nito sa general journal, kung mapapansin nyo sa general journal, meron siyang two lines. Isa kay debit side at isa kay credit side. Dito, wala tayong two lines. First line lang tayo. Okay, we have, okay, January 1, received from Dan Pasco, explanation, investment, OR number, o on file. But if you have the OR number, you have to record it here. Cash debit, 50,000. Okay. Ano ang kanyang counterpart? On the sundry account, Pasco Capital, and then you have that credit side of 50,000. Okay. Next, received from the PNB. This is loan. Explanation, 90 days, 90 days. 18% note. OR on file, cash is 50,000. You have the sundry account of the loans payable of 50,000. Please disregard first yung mga references here ha. So, malalaman nyo naman ito kapag nandun tayo sa next step. Okay, next, receive from customers. We have cash on sales. We have cash of 8,000. So, cash sales credit of 8,000. Okay. From Lopez Trading, partial collection, 5,000. So, nabawasan sa account receivable of 5,000. And then from Chavez Store, full collections, cash of 4,410. Sales discount on debit 90 if there is a sales discount. And then you have account receivable of for 5. Okay. So, ganun yung cash receipt journal. So, lahat lang ng involving cash ay i-record dito. Okay, next, what about cash payment or disbursement journal? All payments are recorded in this journal, such as cash purchases of merchandise and other assets, payments of accounts and other liabilities, payments of expenses, sa cash withdrawals of the owner and cash refunds to customers. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng palabas or cash outflows natin, lahat ng bayarin natin or binayaran natin, it should be recorded on the cash payment journal or disbursement journal. Okay, you have here the date, paid to, explanation, the number, cash credit, accounts payable, yun. Lahat basta ng binabayaran natin, it should be recorded in the cash payment journal. Now, what about sales journal? This is the sales of merchandise are usually either in cash on account basis, cash sales for retailers, like the big department stores are ranked on cash register tapes, which are summarized in a cash summary report and entered in the sales journal based on the total amount. So we have here the date, customer, invoice number, accounts receivable debit, cash sales debit, and the sales credit. Okay. So, what about the purchase journal? So, purchase of merchandise are usually on cash or on account. So, ibig sabihin, pwede raw ng ating purchases ay on account or on cash basis. These are supported by invoices given by the suppliers, and any cash payment is supported by a cash voucher. Please take note that kung cash payment ang ginawa ninyo sa pag-purchase ng isang merchandise, it should be supported by a cash voucher. So again, we have the date, purchase from, invoice number, the purchases debit, pero kung siya accounts payable ba or cash purchases. So, ganun lang naman siya kadali ano. Ilalagay mo lang yung amount ng na-purchase mo, tapos identify mo kung siya ay accounts payable ba or cash purchases. And this is the summary of the special journals. Journals such as the cash receipts journal. So, what could be the specific transactions? The receipt of cash. Cash payments journal, payments of cash. Sales journal, sales merchandise on account. Purchase journal, credit purchases of merchandise and other items. And the general journal, entries that do not fit with the other journals. Any question? KF none. We shall have an activity which is called the Among Us. So I'll be giving you 10 minutes to prepare. We shall have a group work activity. So here, the first group, so from the video presented in activity 2, the group is tasked to make a graphic organizer based from their understanding. While the second group will summarize the video through an article. And the last group, which is i-act mo, the group will be given a scenario on how accounting process should be taught to the ITA group, specifically recording transactions in general and special journals. Here's the rubric of your short story. We have the content of 35%, language 20%, ability to relay the message 40%, the overall impact of 5% with a total of 100%. So I'll be giving you 10 minutes to prepare, and then after you have to present that in the group. Ano? Okay. Okay. Shall we have the presenters? What would you like? We'll start with the group 1 or shall we have volunteer? Okay, volunteer. Okay, let's start with, yes, of course, group 1. Sige, you may start now. Okay, very good, group 1. Two thumbs up for your performance. Okay, shall we have, okay, group number 3. Wow, what a nice performance, group number 3. And of course, the last group, group 2. Very good, group 2. And good job, everyone. And for our last activity, we'll have collage making. So you will make a diagram on the general and special journals using a recyclable material and paste it on the illustration board. And here's the rubric: content, concept, creativity, presentation, overall impact has a 20% each, with a total of 100%. Is that clear? Okay. So, for your assessment, we shall have an online assessment, and the questions will be sent directly to your email. All right? So, this is the reference of our lesson for today. And to end this lesson, allow me to share with you a quote for you to ponder. Some people dream of success, while other people get up every morning and make it happen. By Wayne, and thank you.